video review of the UTG M324 Master Sniper. Mine's Digital Camo, as you can see. Looks very nice, and it definitely helps out on the field, especially if you have any sort of wooded area. You know, it gives you a real nice edge for hiding-wise. It's got a nice big orange tip on the end. It's actually part of the barrel, so it's kind of hard to remove unless you want to take some pliers and wedges and all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to take it off. You know, it's what's protecting you from getting shot by the cops. Here we have a full metal UTG bipod. This is like $20 on its own, and I'll show you that in a minute. 4x40 leapers scope. The scope has illumination, red and green dot. It says tacked edge there if you can't read it. So it helps you acquire a target quicker. Here's crosshairs. The stock has a bunch of different little layers you can add. I think it comes with 4, and you can unscrew from back here. There's a screw here and down there, and then slide it out, and then add in as many pieces as you want. I have 2 out of the 4, just because it's actually I think I might just have 1. Haven't touched that in a while. But it allows you to customize the gun to whatever size feels best when resting your head to look through the scope. What I find about this gun is that the stock is very comfortable, but yet not too high, so you still don't have to like work very hard to get into the scope. When wearing a mask, it is a bit hard to push down on the side of the mask to look through the scope, but it's something that you can get used to easily, as getting shot in the face is kind of not something I want to do. You know, it's got a really big trigger, as you can see. You know, you got plenty of room, and I have big hands. And this is plenty of room in here for any sort of glove you might have, or any size hand you have. It's got a very comfortable textured grip on both sides, and there's a bolt here. What I like about the bolt on this gun is it actually has a rubber grip on it, which helps when you're pushing it back. It's a pretty heavy pull. You know, it's definitely nothing like a gas, or just easy. This requires you actually to change the position of your gun to cock it, unless, you know, and sometimes it doesn't. But it slides back in nicely. And safety is right here. Off, on. This is the sound it makes. On the field, that's really hard to hear. That's the hop up right there. And as you can see, it's nice and easy to get to. Here's all the way off, all the way on, and I usually like to give it just a little pass on. It's got a little bit of wear on it. This thing wears very nicely. It's got a couple scratches, you know, down here, and a couple on the barrel from where it's been laid down, a little bit on the scope, but that's it. I don't know if the scope came this way or what, but it is a little bit misshaped. It's a little bit differently shaped on the top. It's not perfect circle. I'm not sure if it's like that or if it got like that somehow. But it still works fine anyway. The foregrip also has a texture on both sides. Grip it nicely. And I really like this gun a lot. The gun was $130 off pyramidair.com. We'll spell it out in the credits. The gun weighs in about 6.5 pounds when there's absolutely none of these accessories on it. It weighs in probably closer to 9 pounds with the accessories on. This scope right here has, I think, mid-level, mid-height rings. Slide out nice and easy. Pull. Takes that off easy. This is even easier. looks a bit like a shotgun if you put on a red dot. It's kind of weird, but I wouldn't do that anyway. So down here you can see the mag and the mag release. Press this button, and sometimes you have to hold it. Like if you're standing, it pops right out, but pull that out. And then here you expect to see what, loader. Well, magazines each hold about 25 rounds, I think. You sometimes get less, sometimes get more, depending on how hard you push on the included speed loader. This kit came with a lot for $130. Pyramid Air shipped to where I live in a day. I got this, I ordered it, and I got it next day. Scope, speed loader, 2 mags, one of which has a little bit of a broken, still works now, bipod, caps, gun, and this really nice UTG sling. It's a 2-point sling. I don't know, actually, it might be 3-point. Let's got the thing here. I'm not a big fan of 3-point slings, or really 2-point slings. I prefer the 1-point, so you can just hang it on the front and drop and run, but it's not really practical for a sniper. What I like about this particular sling is, it slides in, holds on really nicely, and up here as well. But the great thing is, it's got these little rubber strips on the inside. So this one, when it's on your back, this over here grips your shoulder, and this one kind of grips your hip. So it doesn't really move around that much at all. Flip the gun over. It's got a couple screws over here. You can't put on the other side. But they're fine. They don't do it. I didn't say that. It's got a, I think it's about a 6-inch rail on the top, maybe 6.5, 7. Over here, I believe this is 2-inch rail for mounting bipod or laser or flashlight. Sure, you could mount whatever kind of scope you want. I have that. Once cocked, the trigger pull is not anything. It's easy, smooth, and then you could just repeat really fast. I'm going to review the scope now. This is the Leapers 4x40 scope. It's got blue lens coating, and as you can see, it's got a nice crosshair. Aim it whatever you want. The like I said before, the Illuminated. Green. 2 on 5 for you. And red. They work very well. Very easy to use. The scope's nice and the way I set it on the gun. 2 from the back and 2 from the front. This is where I put the works great. A cool feature about this scope is it's got adjustable from the outside. Like, you don't even have to take off the cap. You just turn it. Some might see this as bad. I think it's kind of good because I don't touch them that much anyway, but I prefer to have it nice and easy to do when I want to. The scope weighs in probably, I have to say, maybe 12 ounces. I think I weighed it once, something like that. And see, it's a very nice looking scope. It's got the zoom adjuster on the back here. It doesn't really zoom that much, but it does zoom noticeably. So if like it makes it blurry, like it zooms in for just really great distances. It's got a nice slanted front, which makes it look kind of futuristic, and that kind of looks cool on the gun. Now I'm going to review the bipod.